All right, we're back. We didn't really go anywhere. So the first thing is I wanted to kind of talk to you a little bit about adding in the images that you might want to use, possibly changing the color or fill of things. So let's take a look here. So if I go to Figma, like this little F for Figma underneath files, you'll see here that I have a plugin called Unsplash. If you don't have it already installed, you'll go to Browse Plugins in Community. And usually it's the first one. You can always search, but Unsplash is where you'll just click install, or you'll go to the page and learn more about it, and you can click install. And what it will do is help you find and generate royalty-free images. So these are free images to use. You don't have to pay for them. That can get a little hairy eventually with this. So I'm going to go back to the brief. Let's take a look. So I'm looking for, this is a company that creates plus size hats, and it needs to convey a sense of bravery while being businesslike, and it's for young adults. Okay, so I'm going to look at my hero images here. I'm going to right click on them and then hit plugins. I've already installed Unsplash, and I'm going to bring up Unsplash. I'm going to search hat, see what happens. Oh, that looks pretty good. All right, so this seems like a youthful person. I'm gonna go ahead and put that in there. That's great. Now that I have this here, you might be kind of wondering what's going on with this box. Now you can see that if I click on the image, it says rectangle 1, and now it shows image instead of just the frame. You see here that I have the fill. The fill is actually 100% for this. Say for instance, if I wanted to, I can hide it. Or I can get rid of it. Oops, there it goes. I'm gonna undo, Command Z. And you can see here that this is also going to take opacity, etc. I have my base color here. Another thing that you can do is, and we won't talk about these settings quite yet, but these are related to the web design portions of it. So that's actually pretty cool. Now, I'm going to continue with this. Let's go ahead and add maybe another hero image. So again, that's going to be a right click, plugins, Unsplash. Let's see what else, other things are going to be there for hat. This guy also looks pretty cool. Some pretty cool hats. Now, I have no idea if these are, you know, let's see, how should I say this? Oh, this looks good. It's like a big business hat, and look how large that hat is. That seems perfect. Okay, cool. So I'm going to use 2 hero images here, and now I want to figure out a name for this company. I put a placeholder there so I remember, but I'm going to go ahead and use the type tool here. So I click the T at the top, and I'm going to drag out where that type is going to be, and I'm going to just start typing. This is the first name that came into my head. So how about maybe Adora. Door. Fedora. Right? Because fedoras are hats. Okay, don't laugh at me. And adore is, I think that means like you love it, for love. Let me just Google that real quick. Okay, I think that's correct. Great. And I think a fedora is spelled fedor. Yes. Okay, cool. So I'm just going to call it Fedor, and that will be the name here for this. Now, notice here on the sidebar, things have changed once again. With this sidebar, you'll see that I have my text. I can change the style of text. A lot of these are going to be styles that are compatible for online. Ew, some of these are kind of strange. Okay, let's just pretend that that's a good one. All right, okay, cool. That looks kind of neat. And I think I might need to, I wonder if I should make it, okay, never mind. I think that that might be good. So for Fedora, and the company description is, we are a company that sells plus size hats. That's great. I'm gonna actually copy and paste that, oops, in here as well. So let's go ahead and notice here, this is a little trick here. You can actually create components off of the paper. The reason why you might want to do this is so you can kind of plan on the side and kind of plan what you want to put on the page and then arrange the page. It might allow for you to create ideas, etc. So I'm going to go ahead and, oh, okay, so it wants to enable local fonts. I'm going to just go ahead and enable that for myself. Oh, you can see everything. Here we go. Because I also have a Google for this. Okay, great. So I'm back in here. Let's take that. I want this to be kind of a normal font. So let's see if I can find something that is pretty easy to read. A sans serif one. What was the main one, maybe? Oh no. Yeah, no, I don't want that. I should kind of go to, okay, cool. This might work. And let me go ahead and change that to be just a few points difference. And notice here, I'm still being able to change certain things with this. Bring it to the side here, line it up. That's something that even for myself, if I wanted to, I can keep this on the side so I don't have to keep going and navigating through windows. But this is what I want to do today for this mood board. So hey, that's all I'm trying to do is kind of get to know the software, kind of make sure that it's easy for me to use. So because this is something that's going to be a sense of bravery, business-like, I think that these images are a lot like very reverent, but I hope this feels businessy enough. Maybe I should find another hero image of someone who looks more business-like but is young. So I'm gonna hold Option and then duplicate this. Put that on the side. Here we are again, plugins, Unsplash, finding a hat. And let's look for somebody who looks like they're maybe a business person. Or like holding a briefcase or something. Oh, maybe, let's see. I'm not finding a lot, to be honest. Of kind of, I do see hats, so that's really good, but let me go ahead and see if I can maybe type in business. Hat business. You know, we're in the hat business. Okay, this might be kind of cool. All right, this might be a little bit better. Okay, cool. But what I have qualms with for this one is that the image is so far away. Let's go ahead and see what we can do about getting this image to be a little bit more upfront. So in order to get this a little bit more upfront, I'm going to double click on my image, you know, within the box. You can see here it gives me a lot of different things. You know, it can turn it back into a solid color. It can make it a gradient, but I'm back into image here. So again, starting off with these squares, it's kind of cool. You'll be able to kind of do a lot with that. I can change the actual image itself. I can rotate the image. Instead of fill, I want to, let's see what fit will do for me. Oh, it's just a little bit too long. I don't want to see that. Let's hit crop. Oh, all right. Let's see what happens with crop. So I can kind of go in a little bit, move around the image here. Kind of like keeping the same constraint here. Maybe bring that up a little bit. So that would be kind of cool. Let's see if there's anything else I can do from here. All right, let me actually, I'm gonna crop this even more. You'll see what I'm up to. All right, so we've cropped this image pretty well. And then you can see here, I can also tile, like make a tile effect. But let me just go back. And I think I'm done. And you can see here, there's some more different types of things that you can do as far as like maybe like filter style things that you can do. All right, so now that I've cropped my image, I'm gonna actually make this a little bit larger. This is actually, you know, kind of making this a little bit low quality, but that's okay. I'm just gonna go ahead, it's for my mood board. Want to kind of just add that inspiration a bit. And I want to also move this around a little bit. Yeah, I think this is good. All right, and then I'll just kind of move this over. Great. So now I want to go ahead and kind of talk a little bit about the colors and what colors I want to use for this. You might already know a little bit about color theory. I have some helpful videos on that that I can link for you guys. But you'll see here that 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to try and do maybe 3 primary colors and 2 secondary colors for this. With that, I can go to my fill, use my eyedropper. So this is one of the reasons why I like to start off with hero images. And I will actually go in and find, and notice that it will have the hash code there. So I can just go ahead and say, oh, I think I like this color. And that will capture it. Now let me go to the next square. Go to fill. You know, notice here it has solid. I can change this anytime. And you can see here at the bottom it says document color. So it's already kind of letting me know, like, these are kind of some tips of what you can see in this document. But I'm going to keep going. So for the hex code, let me just go and grab this, maybe darker blue. And I like this tan camel color. Maybe not that one. Let's see if we can capture something a little bit lighter. You can see that it's really checking the pixels. I think that might be okay. And then you don't have to include black or gray usually, but let me go ahead and add gray, because it's like, which gray? Black is black, but which which gray is kind of tough. And I think maybe I might go for some blue. So I'm gonna go for this dark gray, and let's try for maybe one of these, oh wait, maybe one of these greens. You can see that I'm struggling with this, just trying to grab some of these pixels. There's some green that I like. maybe not that green. So of course I can change that by moving this around, and that might be just the beginning of what I might want for color swatches for this. So I can go ahead and drag all these over. I will probably group these so they all can move at once. I don't have to always drag. And now the last thing I wanted to talk a little bit about, and this is something that I use as a placeholder, so I can get rid of this, is what I usually will end up doing when it comes to finding fonts. So let's go ahead and see this. Going to Google Fonts and maybe trying things out that way. Maybe even finding some of those same Google fonts here. So I'm going to go ahead and pause this. We'll go ahead and we'll continue in the next video.